Get it?
Yes.
Flathead?
Yeah. He's not too bad.
He's not a bad one. Fixing the boat, guys. Ain't too bad. First one of the day. Look at that one.
Oh, man.
He's in that mud, ain't he?
Yeah.
Yep, he's down hunkered in that mud.
That didn't take long, did it?
Not at all. On that little bitty head that I was laughing at you about. Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of Wildcatters TV. Today I got a guest with me, Chris Souders of Ohio. Chris is the new 2016 Cabelas King Kat points champion, correct?
Yes.
And he, of course, has beat everybody else in the nation, some of the top anglers, which is a great accomplishment in my book.
Thank you.
But today we're on the Ohio River in West Virginia looking for some flatheads. And I wanted to show you guys some other ways of catching fish other than what I've showed you over the past 2 years. Chris, tell me something about your rig and your monofilament and what you like to do for the flathead catfish.
All right, so we'll start by, we just got a 40-pound mono big game, and I like just the three-way swivels. I use them a lot. It just helps, help whenever you're getting in brush and things, helps it get out pretty easy. And then I just use a quick snap for my sinkers. And then my leader line that I always use, I've always had good luck with it, is just Berkeley big game, 50 pound. That's a little bit heavier duty than your other more abrasion resistant. That's the reason I like it.
Right.
In brush and things. It helps me keep from losing as many fish, in the brush. And then I'm a fan of the no-knot snail.
Well, show them what your no-knot snail is.
Okay, so take your leader line, stick it through the front, the back of the eye, you hold it with your finger and your thumb on the shank, and wrap it 7 to 9 times. And take the line again and run it from the back to the front. And just cinch it up tight. And the tighter you pull, the tighter it gets. And it always gives you a trigger effect. Now a lot of people don't like it because sometimes if you push the line back, it'll kind of loosen up. But I've had great luck.
Now show them the trigger effect. The way this guy that works, guys, is the way he's got his knot snelled on his hook. If you snell it one way, it's going to be reversed. But if you snell it the way he's got it now, the hook is going to kind of want to always come forward. The hook shank is always going to come forward. Show them what you got here, Chris.
Okay, so to get the trigger, if you run it through the back of the eye and back to the front, you always have, if you hold it with your fingers, you always have a trigger effect. And a good way to check and make sure you got it tied right is just to slightly pull it over your hand. And if it catches onto your hand, it's tied right. And as long as you got it in a trigger effect, it should always catch, no matter how you pull it over your hand.
It's a good tip, guys. And now you're going to tie your leader on.
Yeah, I don't, 12 to 15, 16 inches, 18 inches, really depends on how tight they're holding on the bottom.
Now this is not a slip rig, is it?
No,
Okay.
This is just a regular three-way. Be straight on the bottom, and I just use regular. I guess it's called a clinch knot.
Yeah, that's kind of like my modified Sandy Cooper rig that I tie a lot.
And now if I'm flathead fishing, I always like to keep the sinker and the main line together, and that way whenever you pull the rod up, the chances of getting that up and over top of that brush is so much better, helping you keep from getting snagged up as much.
Yeah, when you're fishing for flathead, guys, if you ain't fishing in brush, you ain't fishing in the right spot, probably.
That's right. If you're not breaking off, you need to move.
Yep.
One thing I like about it is it's the versatility of it.
Right.
You know, you can change your weights quick. You can change your leader line quick.
Mm-hmm.
You know, everything is right there. It's if you're anchor fishing, and all of a sudden you want to try to drag or you want to try to do something different, you don't have to take 30 minutes
Right.
to do a bunch of different retying. You can go with it and go.
Yeah, I use them little snaps for that same purpose. It's just easier to change your weights. Now, I don't use it on a slip sinker. I noticed on your other rods you have the slip. What do they call that? Because I don't use them.
Just a sinker slide.
Sinker slide. Yeah.
And I use two different types. I use an actual sinker slide, and also another way of doing it is just a snap swivel.
Right.
With a bead or something, and they both work very well. And my main reason for that is just to change the weights.
The weights quicker. Yeah. All right, guys. There's just another fisherman and his rig. There's lots of rigs out there, and lots of ways that other fishermen like to do things. And like I said, I just wanted to show you guys another aspect or another viewpoint of anglers' techniques and methods. So hang tight. We're going to continue fishing and hopefully show you some fish today. We're going to be throwing some live bait today, and I'm going to let Chris show you how he likes to attach his live shad to his hooks.
Alright, so there's many different ways you can hook them through the tail, through the eyes, but I like to take them straight to the bottom and right up to his nose. And it's kind of at an angle, so it helps it keep from going side to side and rehooking itself.
That's a nice lively piece of shad. We had to work hard, or you had to work hard from this morning, didn't you?
It was slow to come by.
So you're gonna throw some cut bait and live bait both, right there?
Yeah. At this time of year, I like to, well, all year, but a lot of times in the fall, going into colder weather, I'll go to more cut bait than I do live bait.
Right. Cannot believe you just cut that bait. But he's a bleeder.
Definitely is. And I hook those the same way. It's right through the bottom of the jaw at an angle up to the top, and it holds it on there. Plenty of the hooks exposed. Just sling it out. Now on my gut pieces, I always hook them through the gut, and it just kind of helps holds the guts in and right out to the belly, and that belly is really strong, and them little ribs in there just kind of help hold it on a little better, and it just stays in there good for me.
Awesome. I would have never thought that, but it makes sense.
And flatheads are notorious for coming up and just grabbing everything but the hook.
Yeah.
And taking your bait with them. So anything you can do to get the upper hand on them.
That's right. You caught him on that outside rod, Chris.
Yeah.
I figured the inside rods would be the ones to hit first. It's a flathead. You can tell the way he's fighting.
Nice and that, I think.
He feels nice. Oh, I I like to fight them a little bit. I don't like to really horse them up. There you go. That size you caught a while ago. Blow that bubbles off a little bit. Look at them bellies. They're still down there. Well, he's a little bit bigger than one.
Oh yeah, it's a nice fish.
Uh-huh.
What kind of hook is that?
That's one of them new hooks. I can't even pronounce the name.
That's a good one.
It is a nice fish, ain't it?
Yeah.
All right, guys. Late fall flathead fishing on the Ohio River up in West Virginia with Chris Souders. We're on them. It's a little slow now, but there's a front coming in tomorrow. It's supposed to be like, what, 40 degrees?
Yeah, it's supposed to drop 30 degrees overnight.
Yeah, so we're trying to catch these fish before the front comes. And so far, so good. Gotta love them flatheads. Look at that mouth. Woo! All right, guys, we're gonna wait on another one. Now, you had an alarm that you set. You fish every 30 minutes.
Yep.
And it went off like 5 minutes ago. You said, let's sit here another 5 more minutes. And that's bang, that's what happens. So what do you got to say about that?
Sometimes, you know, you play with your times. You know, if you know you're sitting in an area where there's going to be fish in and you're not getting hits or getting bites, sit there just a few more minutes and take the time to maybe they're just a little bit more lethargic.
Right. Well, that one there was, so, and I can't remember what he hit. I think he hit a piece of cut bait. Matter of fact, I know he hit a piece of cut bait. So, all right, we're gonna get him back out there. Or we want to move, we want to do.
Yeah, let's
one more time.
Let's give it another 10 minutes or so.
All right. Okay, Chris, tell me about your cut bait here. Are you more fond of the shad for these flatheads, or would you prefer the skipjack? What's your favorite?
This time of year, fall, I figure when I can't catch skipjacks on a normal basis, that's whenever I switch to shad. And now springtime, when the shad come or the skipjack, start running in the dams, I'll primarily go more towards skipjack.
I got you.
But this time of year, late winter, the shad die off a lot, and that's kind of what they're feeding on, so that's why kind of what I use.
All right. Well, and we just caught that last fish on a piece of cut bait too. So I guess in the fall time, a lot of stuff dying, like you said.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, these colder temperatures, they kill off the weak, and that's what they're eating.
I got you. All right, we'll throw them out. There ain't no sense throwing them live then, is there?
No, I mean we ain't. There ain't been a.
There's no action on live.
Yeah. So these fish are really slow today.
Right.
So.
Yep, cut bait it is. Now, Chris, tell us a little bit about your outfit you have going on here, from your line to your rod to your reel, everything you got.
All right. Well, on this here, it's a Pin 20 level 1. That's a Pin Squall. It's on a Warrior Cat rod, medium heavy. Down to, once again, Berkeley Big Game, 40 pound. 3-way swivel. Quick snap, 10 ounce flat sinker. 50 pound mono, big game. Diachi A-dot with a piece of cut skipjack.
Now, tell me, a lot of guys use braided line, but tell me why you prefer the mono over braided line. Do you see benefits from it?
One of the benefits I see is whenever I'm fishing a lot of heavy structure, whether it be rock, wood, or just a nasty ledge, whenever I get braid hung up in a tree or especially on rock, it cuts easier. And I found that the mono for me, it will take a little bit more nicks and a little bit more abrasion, and possibly you won't lose a fish. And it stretches. The harder that fish pulls, it will actually stretch and give with you. If you forget and don't set your drag right or something,
Right.
It's going to give you a little bit more benefit. What I use is not going to work for everybody, but this is if you have confidence in whatever you're doing, whether it's 30-pound line or 50-pound line, stick with it.
That's right.
Confidence is key.
You're exactly right. All right, let's get some baits out here and see if we can't catch another one. What do you feel like, Chris?
Ain't much.
Does it feel like a channel cat or a flathead?
Big old channel cat.
Channel cat? Channel.
Big blue cat.
Baby blue. Oh, his belly a little muddy too. Well, they all can't be big fellas. We gotta catch some of them small ones too, don't we?
Yeah, they grew up.
All right, guys, we got a front coming through tonight. Today was supposed to have been one of the better days in the 70s, 75 degree weather. But tomorrow the temperature's supposed to drop 30 degrees, so we come in here hopefully we get some pre-front fish, which has been really tough. And these fish, by the looks of his fish and the ones we've caught today so far, have really been down in the mud, telling me that there's a lot of high pressure. If you can see the skies, we've got what you call a bluebird skies. And I don't know about you, Chris, but I hate a bluebird sky.
Yeah, it makes it tough.
It makes it real tough. But we've caught a few today. They may be coming up. The pressure may be changing a little bit, and their attitudes may change. So we'll see what's up. It's only about a half a day we fish, so we still got another half of it.
Broke off, I think.
Still got something though, don't you?
Like a limb.
Yeah, yeah. That is one of the dangers of fishing with live bait too, guys. I want you to look at that. When you got that bait down there and all this thick stuff, they just twist, and of course they're going to try to get away from anything that's down there too.
Yeah. Yep, he's in there, and he's going to swim around. He's going to try to get away from whatever's down there trying to eat him.
In the meantime, he's going to get tied all up in the... He's going to bury himself. He's going to look for a place to hide himself, and that's what he did. And of course, here's the aftermath. But if you ain't doing that kind of stuff, you ain't flathead fishing. That's the bottom line. He's still good.
Still alive.
Still nice and alive. Back. You hung again.
We're in it.
We're in it. Yeah, we're in it. That's what's happening. Broke it that time, didn't you?
Yep.
We're catfishing, guys.
Just retie and go back.
If you guys like to watch some catfish videos, Chris has got his own YouTube channel also. Souders Catfishing?
Yep.
Or is it Chris Souders Catfishing?
No, it's Souders Catfishing.
Souders Catfishing. How you spell Souders?
S-O-U-D as in David, E-R-S.
Look him up. He's got some tips and tricks that he'll be sharing also. Go to his YouTube channel and subscribe. He's got many more to come. And like I say, he's a big flathead guy. You watch me catch a lot of blues because I'm in the blue section, but he's up here in the flathead area, so you'll see a lot of flatheads on his channel.
And hopefully in 2017, I'll be able to do more. I think that's what I'm going to mainly stick with is flatheads.
Flatheads.
Yeah. There's a lot of, a lot of people have questions about flatheads. I think they're hard to catch, and today they are.
Yeah.
But you know, flathead's fairly simple to catch on a regular basis.
Right.
You just gotta want to be where they're at.
Yeah, you got to pinpoint where they're at, what they're doing, and present your bait in the proper spot. Our proper spot today is a big wood pile in about 35, 40 foot of water here behind us. Okay, Chris, show us what you got going on.
All right, so basically this is just if you're flathead fishing, you're going to lose so much tackle. You're going to lose it no matter what you do. So you get a worm bag. A lot of bass fishermen use them. You can separate them, but I pre-tie everything, and you know.
You can do this at your house.
Yep, do it at your house. You have everything pre-tied, and however you want to do it. Things are. The reason I got this bag out, things are really slow today, and one of my go-to things when things get slow is a double hook Kentucky rig.
Okay.
And so I'm gonna tie it on, and I don't know if you're familiar with that or not, but it's just a 2-hook system with Kentucky knots and a modified snail. And basically what it'll do is put 2 baits out there, make it smell like one big one, but they're small.
Right.
And hoping that get that to work for us, where they're buried up in the mud and not wanting to eat.
Right.
But a lot of times when the tough gets going, they'll work for me.
I got you.
So we're gonna see what happens.
Well, you never know unless you change up and try new stuff. Now you've got these hooks about what, every 24 inches apart?
Yeah, about 2 foot, and that can vary. You know, for whatever. If you find that they're eating higher, you know,
right,
you can make it higher. But for castability, you know, a couple of feet. You don't want it.
And you drift this thing here too.
Absolutely.
You don't drag it. You're drifting.
I drift it. If
suspending drift.
Yep.
Okay.
Suspend drifted, and that gives you a couple options. You got one that's real close to the bottom, and one that's 2 or 3 foot up.
Right. So the sinker's not going to be hitting the bottom at all.
No.
You got it a couple feet above the bottom.
No, normally I will just take it right down, take it just inches, and off the bottom.
I got you. All right.
And we're gonna try.
You're still using small bait, but you're going to two small pieces of bait.
2 small pieces, and I'm cutting them a little bit smaller.
And then that's your trick.
Yeah.
Is the small bait.
Yeah.
But just double. You're
doubled up.
Gotcha. And you still stick it through the belly.
Yep.
Which I've never done that, but I can see the benefit of it.
It you know, a lot of your scent comes from your guts, your gut pocket, and you know everybody knows as soon as them channel cats smell it, they come up, suck guts out of them, going.
Right.
So this you can kind of hold it in, and if you're in a tournament or just fishing and you're having a tough day, just want to catch a couple of fish, a lot of times the channel cat will get hooked on that, trying to get the guts out of it.
All right. So, but you're not going to suspend this one. You're going to anchor on this one too.
Yeah, we're going to throw it out just like we are anchored, and you know these drift up behind.
Must be a bass tournament going on. Get it?
Okay, let it go.
You got 2 of them going on? Yeah, you got 2 of them going on. Or are they both in the same one?
No.
I caught one like that the other day. Oh, is he a good one, ain't he?
I think he's tangled up.
Oh, yeah, I can see him fighting. He's pulling on you. Is he in your other line here?
I ain't for sure yet.
All right, guys, late fall flathead fishing. It's on. Huh?
You know what it's on?
What's on?
You know what it's on?
Cut bait.
That little hook system.
That little, when things go getting tough, you put this double hook rig Kentucky big on. That's it. That's it. There you go, guys. Just change up a little bit like Chris done here. On a little bitty pieces of bait, but he doubled up on them. And bam, this is what he gets. I don't know much about them rods you got, but he looks like he's pulling the rod pretty daggone good. He looks like he's gonna be a 20 plus.
It's gonna be a nice one.
He might be on there. Yeah, two down there, didn't he? Brush popper gonna be bad. I love the fight way up Flatheads fight.
It's just non-stop.
Yeah. I mean, blues all right, but them blues get to rolling. These, they just power.
Freight train of the catfish.
Yeah. Freshwater freight trains. I bet. Oh, that's a nice one. That's a nice one. Ooh, look at here, fellas. How's he hooked? He's hooked good. He's hooked good. Oh, that's a pretty flathead. Late fall flathead fishing, guys. Let's get this net. Oh! Hang tight. He's a 40 pound, ain't he?
That's a nice fish.
Oh man. Oh man. He might go more than 40. Ah, he's about 40, ain't he? 45. That's what we're looking for. Yes, sir. Now look, fellas, that little bitty piece of shad that Chris just put on there. Here, let me get you this. So it don't always take a big piece of bait to catch a big fish.
A small hook.
And a small hook. Now Chris, why you use that small hook? You tell the guys again why you.
Well, these fish are very, very intelligent. I mean, they'll come up and they'll grab that little piece of bait, but they'll grab all but the hook. So, you know, I downsize the hook, one, so they can't feel it as much.
Right.
And two, you don't have a big hook in this little piece of bait. But also, it just, to me, it's easier on the fish. That hook ain't coming back and going through the eye,
Right.
or going up to the top jaw plate, and you know, it gets the job done.
I see it gets the job done. And it's on that new double hook Kentucky rig. You just showed us how to.
Yep. A lot of times, when the fishing is really slow, all it takes is a little piece of bait.
Yep. Well, it's awesome. Well, this is why I wanted to introduce you guys to Chris. There's a lot of great flathead fishermen out there, and Chris is among one of the better flathead fishermen. And here we go, guys. Nice flathead. Oh yeah, I take him in turn. Look how wide he is. He's just massive. Awesome flathead. Man, what a nice fish.
Look at the head on his face.
Oh, there you go. That was worth the wait, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was.
Woo! I think he's swimming with it. He was swimming with it.
Was he swimming with it?
Yeah. He is a flathead, and it is the middle of November, and we're catching late fall flatheads on the Ohio River. On tiny, tiny pieces of cut shad. You can see right there. Who would have thought? There we go. He ain't a 50-pounder, but I will take him. They're fat. Look at him.
Well, he's messed up.
He is messed up, ain't he? Got a crooked tail or something, ain't he?
Yeah.
Them hooks. Yeah, he's had his tail broken before or something. Yeah, I don't know what's going on, but he got something going on with that tail. But you never would have told it from the fight. Oh, he's kind of mean. Don't show any damage or anything. I think he just had a broken tail or something.
That's
He was young.
That's what it looks like.
Water temperature was 50 degrees when we started out this morning, and it's climbed to 55. And we're catching a few fish in what, 25, 30 foot of water? 36 foot of water. Woo! Boy, he got me wet. All right, small pieces of bait.
Seems to be doing the trick.
Seems to be doing the trick. And there you go, that little trick that you showed us a while ago about sticking the guts in.
Yep.
And putting your hook through the belly. I never thought that belly was really that tough, but that belly's pretty tough, ain't
It's
it?
very tough. It's got little ribs.
Yeah.
Little ribs in it, and they really hold it.
So I'm gonna use the same piece of bait to throw back out there. It's still got the guts in it and everything. Guys, I don't care who you are, how long you've been fishing, you can always learn new tricks from somebody else just by fishing or watching with them. So now if I hook this shad, it's going in the belly. And we thought that most of the fish were going to come off the inside around this big tree we're fishing. I don't know why he was out there. Unless he's traveling.
He's traveling on that ledge, possibly.
Yep. All right, folks, that's about all we have time for today. I want to thank Chris Souders for coming out with us and fishing with us today. Chris had a great time. I look forward to doing it again one day. Chris is the Cabelas King Kat Angler of the Year, and we appreciate him coming out and showing us some of his tricks. We just wanted to show a little bit of late fall fishing, and Chris has actually showed me a thing or two about these flatheads. The key portion, my takeaway today is small pieces of shad in the late season like this. So that's something I'll put in my books and to remember for next year. Chris, can you tell them how to get to any information for you?
Just go to YouTube, Souders Catfishing, and look it up. Hopefully, 2017, I'm going to be concentrating on flatheads.
Again, I'll leave a link in the description below where you can get Chris's information. You go check out his YouTube videos. He's got a lot more that he's going to do, he's telling me, and he's very knowledgeable and can help you when you're fishing too. All right, guys, thanks again for watching our videos, and we'll see you in the next one.